Got my boy Logic here, man. Camouflage talent, we here already. Hooligans, yeah. Hair raisers stand up.
Yeah.
Hair raisers stand up. Hair raisers stand up. Hair raisers stand up.
From the depths of the bottom, you know we got 'em. Hollow out a carrot, make a scope, and then we spot 'em. There's a problem when we come to town, the feeling is stupendous. Nothing like the smell of carrot smoking with a vengeance. We them hair raisers. You can't fade us, boy, my hair's razors. And even if you got the game, you can't play us, huh? We got stripes calling shots like the referee. We got a defense rebound against the enemy.
Look, feeling me. Trust the compassion within our energy. The synergy, cause and effect. Trying to top us foolish. You fully, holy moly, big homie, we on a roll. We find lives, we in the city, marking up our territories. And there for you to whack us at. We hair racers, it's nothing for us to lay you at. You bleeding out if you ain't with us, you against us. Some muscles, we 4 inches. We demand our respect from anybody who
That's
tests
why
us.
we the hair raisers, fully filled with vengeance. Want the smoke and nothing less of it. Trust, we with the business, the streets. We stay active, toes up to come with it. Set the world on fire while we at it. That's why we the hair raisers, fully filled with vengeance. Want the smoke and nothing less of it. Trust, we with the business, the streets. We stay active, toes up to come with it. Set the world on fire while we at it. That's why we the forced into oppression. They tried to lessen our message with added measures. Now it's time to teach a lesson in chemistry. Take aggression and mix it with frozen tears. Sprinkling some vengeance in it, now what have we here? Enough adrenaline to make your hair stand up. It's time to get it in, now all my hair stand up. Yeah, it's up, we got the ammunition stuck. We running up and you won't get a rabbit foot round here. Your luck is up.
I'm up, we hit 'em up like Tupac. Freeze 'em up with 2 shots. Lie 'em down, stick 'em up, stick a fucking in these guns. Sucker suck my hairy, uncorrupted system with my fella hairs. Throw our hands up, that's what's up. Out of all the faction, we caused the most havoc. Sucker boss couldn't take it, we took advantage of it. Hater love it, we got it. From our hands to our carrots, it ain't no question, we valid. Razor set fire. That's why we the hair raisers, fully filled with bitches. Want the smoke and nothing less of it. Trust we with the business and streets. We say after tales up to come with it. Set the world on fire while we at it. That's why we the hair raisers, fully filled with bitches. Want the smoke and nothing less of it. Trust we with the business and streets. We stay after tales up to come with it. Set the world on fire while we at it. That's why we the
hair raisers, fully filled with vengeance. Want the smoke and nothing less of it. Trust, we with the business, the streets. We stay active, toes up to come with it. Set the world on fire while we at it. That's why we the
hair raisers, fully filled with vengeance. Want the smoke and nothing less of it. Trust, we with the business, the streets. We stay after tails up to come with it. Set the world on fire while we at it. That's why we the hair raisers.
Let's go, family. You know what time it is, and you know what to do. Like, comment, share, shout it from your roof or basement. Let the world know MPH is live in effect. And let me know if you can hear me. You can hear us all right, yeah? Let's go. All right, it's Friday, and the most badass, most visible, aside from me, most hardworking, most driven, most best looking, most talented, most legit, most animated, least woke, most weird, most hungry, most underdog, most feared team in the business is here to service our community as always. The one and only Carrot Gang. Our energy source, our glue, our precious. Was that? I don't know if that was a good voice. Maybe somebody could do it better than me. You try and do it then, Luke.
Precious.
Yeah, that was worse than mine, actually. At this stage, I don't really care what anyone says or what influencers report on or who has fake volume or not. There's nothing, and I repeat, nothing like my pet Hooligan out there. Our game is a different level. Our utility is a different level. Our vision is a different level. Our Colin, Luke, Kevin, Obi, Carl, 2Hop, Archie, Lee, and everyone who works here is on a different level. Sorry, I can't name everybody right now. And we're here yet again. Let's take a moment to appreciate everyone that's part of this project. That includes you all, Carrot Gang, and everything we all do together.
Thank you, Carrot Gang.
We'll wait for the plane to pass. That's the moment of appreciation.
Yeah, the plane in the rain.
Okay, that's gone. Moment taken. Actually, I just remembered that Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury's on this weekend. I know it ain't real wrestling, but it should be pretty entertaining. I remember early on, Colin, we did a bit of a video about them two blokes. Can we pull that up?
I just happen to have that right here.
Is it all right? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. Ready
throwback.
to go.
Hey, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, Shonda Paul, and all the Pauls. Jake, congrats on your recent knockout. It's a shame that fella from Love Island didn't step up, but it's clear he's a lover, not a fighter. Ha! But hey, Hoolie's a lover too. So how about the whole family give some love to me, the hottest NFT? Bros, I've got a few moves too. Need a new trainer, huh? Float like a butterfly, sting like a hoolie. Molly May, call me.
All right.
I think we've come a long way since then, Colin. What do you reckon?
I think so. I think Hoolie's improved a lot. He's lost a little bit of weight.
Yep.
I think his teeth got a little shinier along the way. So
All right.
we're improving
Fair
every
enough.
day.
All right, well, listen, man, we've got about 140 videos. Maybe we should make Throwback Thursdays a thing. What do you reckon? We've got
Yeah.
plenty of stuff in the stash. And we ain't talking about Crypto Stash's mustache. Dun-dun.
I think we have like 100 hours of videos, so I think a throwback
Easily.
throwback Friday would be a good idea.
Let's do. Who have you got anyway? Between who have you got on the fight? Who you putting your carrots on?
It'd be Jake.
Jake, yeah. Me too, to be honest with you. I mean, Tommy Fury is from my hometown, and I see him about quite a bit, but I just don't think he's going to cut it. But let's see what happens. Anyway, today, let's get back to business, people. Today we're talking IRL dev, and we're showing you our firing range. We're going deep into that stuff. We're introducing a new team member who's an absolute real beast. Stop trying to poach our people. You know who you are. And always Q&A with Crystal Bun too. Funnily enough, I used to know a girl called Crystal Bun. I met her in a darkly lit establishment. Actually, let's not go there. Moving on swiftly. How we doing, team? Let's get a vibe check.
Doing good. We're
Fantastic.
Doing
Yeah. Living the dream.
yeah,
Doing
Friday.
great, and the team voted, and they said hat on hat. So I am, in
I
fact,
mean, you kind of blend in
wearing-
with those plants behind you.
wearing both
as well.
of these hats there. We got the OG wizard hat, and we got the new wizard hat. So you guys spoke, we listened, because that's the Hooli way.
And we can see your eyes a little bit better too with this kind of
Yeah,
combination
right?
too.
Not so mysterious.
All right.
Maybe I wanna be
How's
mysterious.
Crystal Bun
I'm
doing?
sure that's a good thing.
Can we find
She's
out?
doing great. Let's see what's going on with Crystal.
Crystal Bun's a member of our team now as well.
Hey, look who we have here. We have Crystal Bun, everybody. Let's see. Hey there, Crystal. What's your vibe? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling like $1,000,000,
Aw.
ready to take on the world.
There you go.
Right.
We're always ready to take on the world. The world is our oyster. The world is mine. Is that Scarface one? World is ours. World is yours. I can't
Think so.
remember. All right. Anyway, let's get to general updates. We ready? Posted a bit of a lengthy thread yesterday. Go read it. Go give it a like. Go comment on it. I mean, don't like it if you don't like it, of course. But I don't want to force your hands. But you best press like right now, or I'm going to send Dennis Jacobs' new plush doll to come and get you whilst you're asleep. So in the update, we covered game development, IRL event, carrot token, contract, feature development. So go read it. But today we're probably going to focus a bit on the IRL event, and we're going to focus a bit on the token and the game. We really kind of want to go deep dive on some of the kind of game updates we've got going into GDC. The team's been working incredibly hard on it, and you know we have quite a few visitors over here, and every time they come in, and these are people who are really well versed in the Web3 space. Every time they come in, they say, "You guys by far have got the best game in the space and the best game in development, and actually can play it." So you know we're really excited about the future of this game and the future of the project, the IP, the brand, and everything. But let's give you a bit of an update on the IRL event. There's a promised flyer image. So this will go up a little bit later after this AMA. But there you go. First dibs on that. There is a QR code there, so if you can scan it and get information and make sure you bag your tickets. First event. It's going to be a fun extravaganza. I don't feel like natural saying this. At LA's premier Web3 event space and NFT gallery. Coincidentally called the Gallery with a 3. I know that's pretty cheesy, right? So we'll be there 10th March, 7 p.m. till midnight. All hooligans are welcome, and all hooligans come first. We will extend the invite out to partner communities and friends in the space as well. So if you want us to extend it out to anybody in particular, let us know. There'll be food, drinks, and entertainment. So let's have some fun. Let's get to know each other. Let's network too. We're expecting all the top Web3 LA peeps there, builders, investors, filmmakers, maybe some of my old school rapper friends, and all that good stuff. There may be goodie bags, there may be prizes too. You know, it's really an event to bring us all together and showcase all the great work we've done. We'll be posting the flyer after the AMA, but it's a pretty badass flyer that. Colin, I really like the new poses that you guys have been working on. Want to see more of that?
Yeah. We got a bunch of these. I mean, I love doing these poses because these poses are the things that just keep living in new places. And I always joke with the team. They've heard this too many times. Like, you haven't really made it until your characters show up on a bag of Fritos. I don't know. In England, I guess you guys call those chips or crisps or something. I don't know.
We call them crisps. I don't know. Is Fritos a brand or is it a type of crisp or something?
It's like a very popular kind of snack here in the U.S.
Yeah, no, we don't have it. We have something called Walker's Crisps.
Yeah, but in all honesty, I love making these logos because you know a character design works when you can shrink it down literally to the size of your thumbnail. I mean, people talk about making a thumbnail sketch. That's a real thing. Making something the size of a thumbnail is actually a really good test to see if this image is graphic, if it's graphic, if it can read from across the room, if it can read on a bag of chips or on a sticker. And so that's what we do here is we're trying to make these images that are created for a worldwide brand. We want these things to be recognizable in any country. And so I think our hooligans are off to a good start.
That's a movie poster right there, even still. That pose is incredible. I mean, let's think of a great name for this dynamic duo in the chat, please. Let's come up with a name for them.
Definitely.
How are you feeling about this event, Kevin? You're going to be there? You're going to be wearing your hat?
I sure think so. I mean, maybe I'll wear both hats. Although it's like two hats is kind of
two hats on one.
Yeah, but
are you excited? How excited are you guys? Like, actually,
I can't wait to do it.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been planning to do something.
And I don't know if you guys know anything about Venice Beach, California. Venice, California. I mean, it's a really hip place to be.
Pretty cool.
It's kind of where all the action's happening down there. There's a lot of super, cutting edge studios. A lot of visual effects studios used to be down there. Really close to the beach. And so if you guys can make it, it would be a lot of fun to see you in person.
Totally.
I think it's gonna attract a pretty hip crowd. So we'd love to see you guys there.
They don't make them more hipper than you, Colin.
Not at all. It's very hard to do, yeah.
All right, good stuff. All right, let's move on. Let's talk a little bit about the Carrot token. Get ready, is what I got to say. A lot of our focus right now as a studio is on getting the game ready to be shipped for GDC, and we're going to get into that in a sec, and really getting all bases loaded for the Carrot token too. This is a big, huge milestone for us. This is not to be confused with some of those throwaway DJ and NFT ERC tokens that we've seen in the past. This Carrot token is a big part of our ecosystem. It's a big part of what the studio's doing, and it's going to be a big part of what we unveil in terms of the game and the game mechanics too. So we're really kind of looking forward to that, and we're really going to be putting out all the stops to make that a great success. And through our private token round, which we've already briefed a lot of you on in the reverse AMAs, we've been lucky to onboard some great partners, really proactive, experienced partners that are working hand in hand with us to make My Pet Hooligan and the token a long-term sustainable experience and success. We know a lot of times, kind of these play and earn models are flawed, they're not sustainable, they might work for a few months and they're out. We're not going by any of these playbooks you've already seen. We've got our own playbook, we've got our own blueprint, and we're going to make things work our own way. The main thing we're doing is ensuring long-term sustainable success and ensuring a very well-balanced ecosystem within the game and outside of the game. So look forward to that. Anything you've heard or seen before, we're not doing. So anybody who says, this is dead, that's not happening, tell them to shut up and wait for what we do, basically. So we're working on some final constructs and final legal due diligence. We know there's a lot of work being done, and a lot of governments looking at certain things. So we're working through all of that, all the constraints about how it works with the game, how we can reward, what it'll mean in terms of staking. So all that's happening. Once we've got all that, we will be updating the orange paper. In fact, we've already started to, and start to release more details in terms of what you can expect, what we need or don't need from you. So expect a lot more information on that soon. Another jet's flying past. Okay, so I'm going to pause for a second. So yeah, expect a lot more information on that soon, but a really important milestone, and it could be coming sooner than you think. So get strapped in, get locked in, and it always, just educate yourselves. And we'll probably do a ton of workshops in terms of taking you all through the various kind of constructs of the token and how it's going to work in game, outside of game, etc., like we did with the previous orange paper, kind of leading into the launch. So you're all very well versed, and it'll be an educational piece, and I want you all to learn from it too. Other like brief stuff I want to crack on before I kind of hand back to the team is we do have all the IMI contest winners. Remember we did an IMI contest a while ago? Yeah, we never announced the winners. So we've got the winners down. Hopefully that'll go out. The winners will go out this weekend. And also the other thing I wanted to say is just make sure you register if you want to have your hooligans picked up in the feature development. We sent out a form yesterday. That form we will collate and send over to Kevin and see what we could do. No promises, but we will work our hardest on making sure some of you are represented in there. You know, I don't know if there's anything else you guys want to add, anything in particular?
No, I think you've covered everything. I mean, this year's a big year for us. We got a lot of stuff coming out. Am I holding the mic close enough, everybody? I think so. I get in trouble for not holding it close enough. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up this year with, you know, the Carrot token, with the release of the game. You know, more partnerships that we got, you know, bubbling up under the surface right now. A lot of big things that are happening this year. So the IRL event is the beginning of it. We get to tell a lot of people about what's happening there in person. So it'll be fun. And, you know, thanks for being along for this ride so far. And more to come as we continue on down the road.
Good stuff. Dennis Jacobs, I just said, do you still need to sign up? No, you don't. You're already in the script. In fact, I'm gonna leak that. I got an update on your character yesterday. Apparently, you're a Discord troll.
It's kind of funny. I mean, we're actually using your names in part of the script right now, whether you guys know it or not.
Sorry, dude. That's Kevin. Blame him.
Yeah, no, you guys have already infiltrated our script, many of you, and so it's kind of fun. We have characters we talk about on a daily basis, and we're using some of your names. So I guess
stay active.
We're all in this together, yeah. You know, hang on to your hooligans, and we want to bring more of them into the rabbit hole. So there's so many things going on. There's so many visitors coming through, and we'll try hard not to leak who they are, but it's impressive to look at our studio fresh through someone else's eyes. When we give these tours, you know, we're used to this on a daily basis. We're used to doing new things every single day. We're used to achieving new milestones every day, but when we see it through someone else's eyes, we really realize how special this place is. So anyway, more information to come.
All right, it's kind of raining really heavy right now in LA.
It might even snow here in LA. This is like a once in a 20-year thing going on right now in LA.
We have a blizzard warning.
Blizzard warning in LA.
Yeah.
I think this is the second time in history that's ever happened.
Probably, right. So
yeah, so get your skis ready, get your hooligan hats ready, going skiing.
Big shout out to Blizzard and Activision too. We've got our very own Blizzard happening right now. Is this actually an official storm?
Yeah.
This
is storm.
Yeah.
Official storm. Yeah, this is just like Manchester weather. It's like standard procedure every day.
We never get this. Yeah.
I thought I came to LA for a reason, but obviously not. All right, cool. Where are we? Oh, I've lost it a bit. But you know, another thing I really kind of wanted to touch on here is, you know, we're very well aware there's a bit of a war between marketplaces in the NFT space right now.
Yeah.
You know, this is why, you know, developing products and actually developing utility for these JPEGs is really important in terms of long-term sustainability and growth, and actually having a reason to have these assets other than just purely for trading purposes. And that's been our vision for the start. You know, we've been really kind of committed to that, and that's been a core part of our ethos. You know, we'll see how this kind of battle plays out. We've got a longer-term vision, and we're optimizing for what we need to do to ensure that, you know, our ecosystem thrives, and, you know, our characters, NFTs, are used in the mean they're always meant to be used. So we're working through that. But you know what? I'm interested to know, what does Crystal Bun think of who's going to win the war, Blur versus OpenSea? Let's see if Crystal Bun's got any info for us.
Hey, Crystal, who will win the war between Blur and OpenSea?
That's a tough one. It really depends on what strategies are employed and who has the most allies. I'm rooting for the hooligans, but only time will tell who will emerge victorious.
All right.
So you don't think OpenSea will win?
It's hard to say for sure. OpenSea has some powerful allies, but Blur has some powerful weapons. It's really anyone's game at this point.
All right, fair enough. I mean, there definitely one powerful weapon is that token. So, when OpenSea token, that might change the tides for sure. But thanks for that intel there. A very safe way of playing it there. But ultimately, the hooligans are going to win. this war.
I think whatever
Always.
platform succeeds, Hooligans will always win.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
And
Thank
you
you,
know,
Crystal.
Hooligans, you know, there is a vision to have our own platform, and as our great game and community grow and we get players into the game, you know, it's only right for us to have a lot of this happening through our own platforms.
Yeah.
And then we won't be as reliant on what's happening elsewhere. And everybody can battle it out and do what they want. You know, we've got a vision, we've got a purpose, we've got utility, and we've got products. Say no more to myself. Okay, I want to get to game updates. I want to see, you know, we saw a bit of peek footage of some of the Zuckbots making it in the game. I love to see that big kick. What is that, like a 50-yard kick, 100-yard kick? What do you call it here?
Oh,
I don't know. I don't watch NFL.
I mean, it'll kick you right out of the world. I don't know how far, but it's pretty
But before
far.
we
Yeah,
get
hard
there, we've
kick
got a
and it'll
very
blow up a
important
bunch of stuff.
team member to introduce. Let's bring on the scene, Archie.
All right.
Archie P. Don't know. I do
Here
know
he
what the P
is.
stands for. All right, Archie, how you doing, sir?
Good. Hi, Mom.
Archie is our latest secret weapon in our Hooligan team, in our battle against Zuck Corp. And I don't know, how did you guys connect?
We were connected by Mick.
A long time ago.
Yeah,
Oh,
who has also now just joined us. So yeah, he told me, God, probably like a year ago that he was working with an Unreal developer that he loved working with, and he's like, you got to get this guy. And so then, you know, eventually we were able to make that happen.
Yeah.
And it's been 3 weeks now,
Yeah.
I think, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once I met him, I was like, "Oh, you're cool. I'm down."
Yeah.
I trust you. I mean, to see that Kevin can just almost blindly trust somebody is a pretty rare honor.
I don't do that easily, but man, it is a godsend when I can. I mean, you know, when I asked you whether or not you were willing to grab the EOS thing and just own it and run with it,
Oh, yeah, I was like, "I'm down."
Oh, that was such a massive relief for me because I don't get a lot of time anymore to go head down on long projects. There's a ton of stuff going on. And so you being able to do that was huge.
Can you explain a little more what EOS is for maybe someone who doesn't know what it is?
Oh, you want me to go? Oh,
Go for it. It's
It's
yours.
like the internet piping that connects the game to the rest of the world, and lets kind of everyone play together, and is like kind of the underpinning of making a multiplayer game.
So I heard a rumor that might be working right now.
It is.
Yeah. So now you can host a game and then have your friends anywhere in the world join, and yeah, it's pretty momentous for sure.
Tell us a bit about yourself, Archie. Let's get to know you a little bit, sir. Who are you?
Who am I? They call me Archie sometimes. Originally from Connecticut, and then I moved out to LA.
Another one.
Yeah. Why is there other?
I'm both from
Connecticut
Connecticut.
too. Yeah.
Wow.
Was your father
I
a
really
judge too?
enjoy being like the wind beneath your wings. You know.
See?
Everyone people are vibing off your hot sauce top at the moment.
Oh yeah. Oh, I go to the Sriracha factory. It's in Los Angeles. I don't know if you ever.
Yeah,
been.
yeah. I've
there's
never been, but I know it is.
There's like
based
a
here.
factory tour.
And you could smell
No
it
way.
from far away, right?
Yeah, it smells delicious.
You got the
I
Sriracha
gotta
sweatshirt
go.
on, but you're also repping the Hooli pin. So it's,
Oh yeah,
it's a
I
really
just
nice
got
combination.
this. Yeah, I just got the merch.
And
I'm official now.
Tell us about some of the stuff you're working on here. What's some of the stuff that's getting you excited? Anything about your background, history?
Sure, yeah. I'm working on the multiplayer stuff, but I've made a lot of games, worked in a lot of films as well.
Like what?
Let's see. Some of the games I've made is Battle for Middle Earth, Battlefield 2, a lot of battle games. And then there was one I'm particularly known for called Sonic Dreams, and that's where you make a movie with Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah.
Very
that's-
cool. You know, one thing too that's been great. You know, we have a really cool team, really cool culture here, and we've hired pretty slowly over these last couple of years, especially now in game development. And when a good recommendation comes across from really anybody within the team, that's the best way to hire. When people come to the community, it's a recommendation from the community. So we've been able to pull in some people on that front, and you know, with Kevin and Archie now linking up with Carl and some of our other developers. It's been a great thing to have you on the team now, to see you really just kind of take ownership over these pieces and run with it. And yeah, there's a lot of really cool things that we're yet to really touch on with you to really start diving into. But yeah, great addition to the team to have you on with us.
Yeah, thanks. And the place is awesome, honestly.
Thank you. It's
Everyone,
a little bit
everyone
like a
here is
warehouse, but-
super chill.
and you got the right kind of weirdo artist.
Yeah,
energy
exactly.
to be here. Like, I mean, this is like a weirdo artist team for sure.
Kevin and I were talking. We need more weirdos here. So if you're a weirdo, please
Well,
come on
Kevin
board.
always says, "Keep it weird, man. Keep it weird." It's true.
I feel like I'm
works
like
on all
top
fronts.
10 weirdo in Los Angeles sometimes.
That's right way to be.
That,
Yeah,
that makes it
fits
running
in.
for the world as well.
And Archie's a perfect example of one of those people here that you just let go, do their thing. Like,
Yeah.
you just trust they're going to do the right thing. Like that's really the direction here. It's just like do the right thing, and
Go in that direction.
play nice with others.
Yeah, totally.
And it's like there's, that's what we do here. And so it's just really nice, immediately to see that Kevin has this the sense of calm that Epic Online Services is going to be taken care of. It is taken care of. Kevin can then dive deep, make sure all of the NFTs are all accurate, that all the Zuck bots are working, that we're getting face replication working, and all these other things that were a lot of other tricks under the hood. So anyway, to know that Kevin is calm, that makes me calm. And so I'm very, very grateful. But I'm also getting to learn a lot about Archie right now for the first time,
Whoa.
too. We're so busy. Like, it takes more days to actually meet the guy myself.
I just showed up one day and they were like, oh,
Here it is.
cool. I
All
guess
right.
here's a table.
Yeah,
And
he was
like-
delivering our sriracha delivery that day. We're like,
Yeah.
You code? Yeah, come on over here.
So you have some kids? One
Oh, yeah. I got 2 of them. Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Very good.
Yeah, that I know of.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, they're a good testing ground. I found when they get a little bit older, you just start giving them the stuff to see if it works.
Yeah.
They're really honest, especially when they're younger. If it either works or it doesn't work.
Kid, I'm going to teach you how to code. You better fill my PMs for me.
Yeah. Okay.
What do they think of Hooli?
Oh yeah, the game itself. It's a real like interesting world, and the characters are really kind of I'm sure you guys have heard. It kind of reminds me of like Bugs Bunny, but like
Yeah.
a more modern take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a world that kind of is not represented in a large world, like kind of extent of games out there.
Right.
And it's such a kind of a vibrant, like cartoony aesthetic that is really refreshing, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I like about our characters is I think they scale very well. Like especially these poses. Going back to these poses, they look good when you print them very large, in certain demos. And so I think it's safe to say that we're the most animated company. We're the most animated game in the space. And so it's really kid friendly, I think, but yet it also has some edge, for the hooligan.
Yeah,
side of
it keeps it cool, and it is fun. Like when I get to play it, I feel like I'm actually playing an animated movie, or I'm playing as an animated character in an animated movie. It's a really cool thing that you kind of get transported to.
I'm just hyped for the skateboarding section.
Yeah, get some grinding in there.
Yeah, I used to be a skater.
Wow.
Yeah, bring some Tony Hawk's Pro Skater vibes into it.
Then I got an arrow in my knee, and then that was it.
How did that happen?
No,
An
it's just
arrow?
kidding.
All right.
Skyrim is how
Skyrim
that
meme.
happened.
Yeah. Hey now, I thought you guys were with it.
I was a day late and $1 short on that.
So you said you worked on some movies.
Yeah. I worked. One of the first movies I worked on was National Treasure with
Oh,
Nicolas
nice.
Cage. There was like an opening. I used to do titles for movies, and like there's like the National Treasure went like boop 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 boop. And
That was you.
Yeah, that was me.
All right.
You were
Yeah.
the beep boop boop boop.
And then there was like the Transformers logo. We did that too.
Wow.
It was a place called Imaginary Forces, where we did
Oh,
like
yeah.
I remember
movie
those guys.
openings.
Oh,
yeah,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, it was pretty chill.
Wow.
And then recently, I've been worked on a few Disney films
Nice.
as well.
What's your favorite movie? Do you have a favorite movie?
Of all time.
Or
Is
top
this like
3.
movie about a sled called Rosebud? No, no, it's not. No. Maybe I just dated myself. The 1920s.
You're 100 years old.
100 years old. Back in my day, we had movies. I'd say generic and be like, Star Wars, New Hope. No, Clone Wars. That's the best one. Yeah. Favorite movie? Oh, Predator 2. I keep
Predator
watching
2,
that. Every time I come home drunk, I just like turn on the movie and then like pass out in front of
How
it.
often is that?
That's like maybe like twice a month. I want to say
Almost a week there.
Generally coincides with the night out with Mick.
You know what? It's a criminally underrated movie, Predator 2.
Oh yeah. Danny Glover.
There's a line I like.
The
It says,
real Danny Glover.
You can't see the eye of the demon till him come calling.
Yeah,
Remember that
yeah.
line, yeah? No?
The original
Just
Danny
me.
Glover.
Yeah,
I just remember certain lines from the movie.
And it's crazy. Like it takes place in L.A. and there's like a Jamaican gang that taken over L.A. If you've been to L.A., there's like literally no Jamaicans. It's like so hard to find. But like in this alternate future, Jamaicans just happen to be like everywhere, and I just fall asleep to it. I'm like, great movie.
Big shout out to Jamaica.
Of
Got a lot of people there,
Of
actually.
of course. Come to
A
LA.
lot of the Manchester family from there.
Oh, Brixton, Jamaica. Okay, I get it.
I have not seen this
Brixton
movie.
too. All right, Archie, they're loving you in the Carrot Gang right now. So hopefully we get to see more of you and get to feel more of your vibes. But yeah, very big welcome to AMGI Studios and My Pet Hooligan. You're already a rock star, so appreciate you, sir. And let's get onto some game updates. I want to see some footage. What have we got for them? Let's get some footage and let's talk where we're at. I know we're getting ready. We've got a version out right now for our community testing group. I don't know if you've got any feedback on that yet, Kevin, but we're also getting a version ready for GDC, and we'll probably have a version after that as well. So let's get a bit of a lowdown on what's going on in that space.
Yeah, this was a big deal, getting this build ready to go and in the hands of testers. And we've got another build coming after this that's even cooler that has the Zuckbus in it. But I mean, now you can see, I mean, we've got the city going. The frame rate is great. The character has pretty much all of his abilities back now. We've got a ton of weapons. Probably most importantly, Archie here was able to step up and get the online services connection going. So people are able to play this online, and Beto and his crew are banging on it, and we're going to be getting a bunch of feedback from him, I'm sure.
Yeah, only going to get better and better.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
from here.
No, this is this was kind of a huge moment. So what do we got in here that's new? You guys can see we got time of day going.
Time of day
the
is
jump
huge.
pads. Jump pads change this whole world.
Yeah.
It makes it. I mean, and we're adding more stuff. We're going to be putting in ladders and zip lines and all kinds of stuff. I mean, we just want you to be using the vertical space in the city a lot more, because in the old version, everybody's still basically fighting on the streets, and we want to get like just way more dynamic combat spaces in here. So, oh man, I mean, so much of the stuff that like I've been working on this has been like so under the hood that it's kind of not really interesting to you guys. It's basically just
But
lot
super
of,
important.
Yeah, it's basically, I mean, a ton of just architecture and optimization and stuff like that.
What's up with the map right now, Kevin? Can you explain about that a little bit? It's a little low res.
Oh yeah. Well, because so basically the way you do a mini map is you go and capture the scene, and an artist is going to go and paint the mini map, so that we would just get a nice painted map. Right now, what we're doing is just an automatic capture, and so the automatic capture is just capturing a 1024 texture. So we're going to go and take this capture, export it, and give it to Fiona, and she'll do a paint over, and then we'll have the high res artwork that looks really nice. But we don't want to do it yet because the artists are still changing some buildings right now, and so if we capture it if we capture it today, it's just going to be wrong.
Yeah.
So we're holding off a couple days on it. But
Nice.
that's why it's blurry. But
We got some multiplayer going on. Over
I mean,
here.
this is looking incredible. Whoever's playing this is pretty
nice.
good.
Got
I don't know
the
who's playing
flamethrower
it.
in
This is
there.
looking incredible. It's so smooth.
Quinn, get him. Get him.
Yeah, I think that's the number
Get
one
him, Quinn.
comment. Everybody says how smooth the new gameplay feels.
Well, it's pulling 60. And that's
Yeah,
a big
it's
deal.
day and night
Pulling
difference.
60
Day and night
FPS. I
difference.
mean, the old game on good hardware was going to pull maybe 25.
Yeah.
And so when we rebuilt it, I mean, that's one of the reasons why it was so important, kind of do the rebuild, because you know the mantra: make it work, make it right, make it fast. You know, the make it work phase of this was that first version of the game that I'm calling prototype.
Yeah.
But now this is the make it right. This thing is properly architected software. It runs fast. It's extensible. We can pull frame rate, and also the team has gotten really good at learning how to optimize.
Yeah.
What I love about this new architecture too is like I love to throw crazy questions at Kevin and say things like, "Hey, can you just for fun export this to a mobile phone?" And he'll say, well, we could. You'd probably get like 1 frame a second right now. But it's possible.
Yeah. Big thing is texture memory. I mean, basically, the path to get this onto mobile is you peel off a small art team and you down-res the textures. Our poly count is pretty good now. These guys, as they've been moving the art across, they did a lot of optimization on that stuff. So poly count's not so bad, and the draw call count is really good now. Texture memory is your big thing on phones because they just don't have a lot of space.
Yeah, maybe it's just me. I mean, I'm fresh eyes on this game, honestly. You know, I'm pretty new at it, but like the movement is so fluid. You know, it reminds me of kind of like Mario, like the newer Marios, where you get to like kind of the better you get at the movement, the more like you get to explore the world, and it opens up to you.
Yeah, and something you're not seeing. So Carl, who's kind of our hidden guy behind the curtain, almost literally, but he's working really hard on this stuff. And what I love about Carl is that I consider myself somewhat of a perfectionist, but he ends up putting more things in here than I ask for, and he's always surprising me. And I'm always seeing the animators work on new little clips of animation that are fighting clips and falling clips and death clips and things like that, way beyond what I've asked for. And also Carl is like, he's always like, trying to improve things that no one is asking to improve in a really good way, saying, I want this melee fighting to be better. I want this to be more accurate.
And it's an interesting thing too, because right now this is the look inside of Carl's brain right now. So this is the level that he's always designing things out in, and we'll walk by his desk and just say, Carl, can we try this? Can we do this? And then he'll just say, well, look what we have here.
Well, and
oh my God,
this is his secret laboratory.
See some of them knife swipes there.
Yeah, so those are nice knife swipes and things like that. The robots, like literally, it was probably Tuesday morning of this week. Carl was like, I don't know if we're going to get robots in this next build. We're like, what are you talking about? No,
Very positively.
Yeah, and it's like the best things happen right after he says, no, it's never going to work, and then he makes it work. It's almost become a pattern or a trend with Carl.
He's just setting you up.
He's just setting me up, right?
Yeah.
So now we got these beautiful walking robots, and not only that,
wow,
not only does he have the legs in there, but he's got the crabs going on in there. And he always is putting more in than I expect.
I'll be honest with you, like most games still haven't even got their NFTs in the games yet. They just have like 4 or 5 characters you can choose from.
Because it's actually hard to do.
Yeah,
we had to build a bunch of infrastructure to support that. It's one of those things that seems easy until you try to do it.
So I think this is Quinn playing this game test here, or is this Carl? I don't know whoever's playing the game test right now. Can you go kill some Zuckbots?
They're also having a lot of fun with the destructibles here. Probably too much fun.
Right?
Yeah, but a lot of comments, like when people
This
first
game
go,
is
is
too
that a
fun.
spider? Let's see
There
what
we
the spider
go.
is.
Fun.
There
It
you go.
Let's get some Zuckbots.
One immediate thing that a lot of individuals say when they see this game is just how good the animations are.
Yeah.
Lean into how important that is to get a great look and feel, Colin.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of part of our DNA. I mean, many of us here, we've been doing this, 20, 30 years. I mean, many of us are kind of brainwashed with just the proper animation principles. Someday I'd love, maybe I'll go through them all. But, kind of normal things about just, ease ins, ease outs, fluid motion, contrast of fast to slow motion, overlapping action. There's just so, great posing. There's just a lot of rules we were brainwashed with. And many of us didn't set out to make video games. If you would have asked us 5, 10 years ago, we probably would have been film snobs and said, we're video games are kind of beneath us. We're feature film animators. Well, now the quality is so high, and more than just the quality, I think the freedom to do whatever we want. That's the crazy thing we have going on in this building, is whatever we want to do, we do. And that's a very rare thing. I know that's a very rare thing for anyone to have a job where they can do that. And it's not lost on me. Every day is a gift. And so we're just doing the right thing every day. And it's just to see Carl excited, and literally they're swiveling their chairs around saying, give me 3 more frames of this, or give me some new ideas here. Or people walk around, they said, hey, I need a new idea for a good death. So we're acting out how a character would die, or how he gets hit in the eye, or how the Zuckbots should act. We're acting these out first. The animators are actors. That's the thing. The animators are actors first, and we just put our ideas in motion into the characters.
Kevin, can you walk us through a little bit too, like, so what this level is that we're seeing here? This is the test level before it goes into the game.
Yeah, this is, we call this level shooting gallery, and so basically anything we're working on, we toss into this level, and it also becomes a test ground because we can just run around and make sure that we didn't break anything because it's kind of got one of everything in it. New push that Carl and Joshua have been doing lately is the Zuckbots. So we got the OGs in, but you can see also the legs are starting to come across.
Yo,
the
ones with the
spiders
legs
and
are
QTs
sick.
are starting to
Very powerful kicks.
Really
starting to
sick.
run. Yeah, they look great too. And then destructible objects got tested in here, and you saw earlier you saw the costume changers are in now. So that's testing the NFT.
Oh, those
switching
four-legged
mechanism.
ones new?
Was it?
Yeah, spiders.
I'm just learning about this game today.
Kevin just
Right.
yesterday added an NFT changer. I don't know if that's in this particular
it's
level.
here. It's over by the over to the left of the screen there by the chain link fence.
Yeah, hey,
those green
hey
pads,
Carl,
those
try to
are,
run through some of the NFT
Yeah, those
changes.
are costume changers
These
there.
are kind of cool because there's like a dust that happens that follows them as they change from one NFT to another.
Right.
So we were looking at this and I'm like, this is really cool. Are we going to put this in the game or is this just for testing purposes? And so the team was like, well, it does look cool. And the idea of that, once this is your NFT, philosophically, we have these conversations like, okay, once it's your NFT, it should also be your right to change your NFT.
Absolutely.
Keep it if you want.
Yeah.
But this idea that an NFT has to be set in stone forever is probably not true. It's yours it's your car. Drive it wherever you want. Paint it however you want. So the idea of being able to change your NFT and maybe have certain costumes and certain wearables that are only available through certain, I don't know, corridors, events, places in the game. Might even be a wizard hat that shows up now and then.
Hats.
Yeah.
Games
Might be a
need
clown
more
outfit
hats.
that shows up.
Clown outfit. I like clowns.
All right, good stuff. That's looking absolutely incredible, to be fair. Like, we've got to think about how far we've come with this. Like, this is a large undertaking. This is a very ambitious game, probably the most ambitious game in the space, actually. And it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of development effort, a lot of trial and testing, a lot of building, rebuilding, a lot of animations. And, we really do want to take our time to get this right. And as you can see, we're always transparent. We're always showing you where we're at, and it's looking absolutely beautiful. Some of those interactive objects now are great as well. So this is really starting to look and feel like a very solid traditional game, which is where we really wanted to kind of get with this. And with all the Web3 components under the hood, we're not doing it the other way around. We're doing it the right way around. Is make a fun game first. And this is looking extremely fun, actually, and I can't wait to see people jump in here and just kind of go to battle and just even socialize as well. Like, there's a big aspect to this game that is actually socialization, using the tools, getting to know people, building relationships, communication. That's also a massive part of what we're doing as well.
So yes, we should talk about when that will happen, or just to give a rough idea, because what you're seeing right now, you guys, this is not something that you guys can play except for our
Maybe
testers. But roughly when will that happen?
Let's see. So yeah, we're going to keep it closed until GDC because that allows us to kind of just work out the kinks and find out what's broken that we don't know about, especially as we're building the infrastructure, and also we got to get the dedicated servers up and hosted before we can go to a wider release, because right now we're using listen servers, which was a huge achievement to be able to do that. And then then from GDC, at that point now we're token holders, and the invited guests be able to, they're able to play. So basically we're going to a broader population where we can start really learning what the dynamics of the game are. At that point we can start paying attention to what people do, or their weapons that are overpowered, underpowered, or the things that people love to do, things that people just don't do at all.
Yeah.
That gives us a chance to tune it to as we get to the beta release in June, which is a broad release. Okay. And at that point that's when most people get a chance to get in. So that's kind of the plan, to step through it and learn what we're doing as we do it.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
All right, thanks.
All right, well, that was great seeing that. Let's keep the game footage on in the background, but I want to get to Q&A right now.
Yeah, let's do some questions.
So we're looking for questions. Also, we'll take questions for Crystal Bun. So yeah, get questions. I'm looking at the YouTube chat. So post your question in the YouTube chat. We've got one already. Will text chat, proximity voice chat be in version 2? I think, if I'm not mistaken, Kevin, at GDC it's probably version 1.5, which doesn't have the chat in it, but in version 2 it will have, right? Am I correct?
Probably, and
wrong.
actually, because that's one of the things that Archie and I are going to talk about.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, for
Coming
sure.
soon.
For sure, we have voice chat.
Definitely
in the,
working
in
on
the,
it.
Yeah, in the 2.0 release. Whether or not we get it by GDC, probably not, because we're also not really pushing it for GDC, because on a show floor, nobody would be able to experience that anyway. And so realistically, I mean, there's a couple of other things that are worth nailing down as we get there.
And so this voice chat, more than just hearing your voice, what else could this voice chat possibly do? Meaning, like, okay, it's going to drive a character. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's.
Oh, this was a
Nice
leading
setup.
question.
So yeah, it was just a setup. It was a fake question.
Swing and a miss. It's okay.
So we know that many of you guys understand, and we agree that this thing shouldn't be, all the cool features of an animated hooligan that's walking around, talking, dancing, fighting, emoting, shouldn't just be limited to people that have an iPhone. We totally get that. It's just the iPhone technology is very, very superior right now to the other mobile devices. However, we are making a very strong push to make all of this voice activated. And I think there's nothing cooler than we could have a world full of at least a dozen hooligans around you or something like that are all talking and emoting. And I think that's what we really bring, because we're putting all the IMI technology into the game.
Yep.
So having characters that aren't just like dancing or shooting, but characters that have natural motions and expressions and body language, happy, sad, angry, excited, and all these, and large, medium, and small versions of those. We're putting all of those in every hooligan. And so the idea ultimately is you have a very vibrant, very animated space. So I keep pushing the team, and they keep saying it's possible. So they're not telling me hell no. They're saying it's possible. So we don't know when, but it is very possible, and that's something we're pushing very hard.
All right. We've got a couple of questions coming in.
I got some too.
Let me see what I saw there.
I got one for Archie.
Is it possible to take this game to consoles? Like, what's the procedure here?
Yes.
Procedure for taking it on console is so first off, there's an approval procedure that happens with Microsoft and Sony and possibly Nintendo, although the Switch is a little bit tougher to fit this game onto. The Switch is kind of a little bit like a mobile device. So we go through that application process, we go through those approvals, and then we're building the game right now with attention to the consoles, and so we're deliberately making sure that we don't make choices that are going to limit our ability to get onto the Xbox and the PlayStation 5 later on. So the UI is console compatible. Everything is controllable with the gamepad controllers without requiring mouse and keyboard. So you can play with mouse and keyboard if you want on the PC, but you can also play entirely with gamepad. Everything knows how to handle that. I mean, mostly the process is compiling it for it, and then seeing what we need to optimize, because consoles behave a little bit differently, PCs.
I was saying I wanted to play it on the Steam Deck, but we'll see what happens.
Only matter of time.
Well, the Steam Deck is actually that's probably pretty doable, because I know
I'm sure it's doable.
Yeah, because Gabe was able to get the game running on a Steam Deck in emulation mode, and it ran surprisingly well.
Play it in bed,
Yeah. No,
Good
I
stuff.
think
that's the way I play.
All right, let me see what else is coming in. Will there be more use cases for keys than burning? Just wait on that, Rex. You shall soon find out. I'm not saying yes. I'm not saying no. Okay, kill cams. I think we started working on that already, right?
Yeah. Carl's already been working on that. So I don't know exactly what his time frame is. I know he's doing it soon. They will be a thing, for sure.
Yeah.
Will the Zuckbot game be available for Oculus Quest? I don't know.
Zuckbot game? I don't know. That's a good question. We'll get back to you on that one.
There's no
These
reason
AMAs
that
get
it
better and
couldn't
better.
be.
This is officially the best AMA.
That's a great question. You're right. It is.
Good luck.
Yeah. It's
It's all me, thank you.
So I do have a question for Archie that came through as well. Are your parents by chance Elvis and or Marilyn Monroe, or together, both?
No. Well, maybe, I don't know. I could have been adopted for all I know.
Okay,
You
well,
know, yeah.
the community has spoken.
I'll follow up on it.
Yeah.
This question keeps coming up when bongs in game, but it's a bit of a sensitive subject as well. So you know, there's a thing around kind of ratings and classification that we're working
Yeah, so
through.
what rating are we going for in general?
Teen. We're shooting for the teen.
All right, can we get a bit of thoughts on kind of, you know, this side of sensitive content in game and how it might affect?
I mean, it makes sense that there's going to be different classifications or different levels of maturity.
But maybe it's a water, like a flower vase, you know? Who knows?
It
Put
could be.
flowers in
So,
it.
so we're definitely working on something. That's all I'll say. As on what it'll do, you shall find out again soon. Everything soon.
Flowers in
right?
anything, Colin.
Soon. Okay, cool. Herb is legal actually in LA. So yeah, LA version. There may be a specific LA version for this game.
Yeah.
All right. It's all right, guys. We are actually working through all this. You know, we want to get it right. We want to have the right balance of edginess and rating, and still deliver on, you know, everything that the Hooligans stand for and do. You know, that's been a kind of core part of our vision. They are edgy. They do have their own style and vibe. They do like, you know, certain medicines. But you know, that's something that's all in the works. But you know, we are implementing those assets that are in the NFTs into the game in various different ways, shapes, and forms. So
Exactly. It's all about how you do it.
yeah, exactly. Okay, cool.
I had
what else,
another
what
one
else?
here I'm searching for right now, but it was a good idea about having new poses updated in the metadata, but charging carrots for that. I
Yeah.
can't. I'm paraphrasing because I can't find the question or the quote here.
I
but
think I saw that. It was
that's,
early in the
that's
chat,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
It's a cool idea, but also like, you know, when it comes to the, you know, the Genesis collection in particular.
Yeah.
So there's two things we've got to think about here. We've got a Genesis collection of 8,888, of which they have various different rarities, and you know, individuals in the community, you know, have chosen to pay extra for, or have chosen to buy NFTs that have more rarity in that collection and have paid more for it. Like changing the metadata for the Genesis collection, to me personally, I don't really think that feels right. However, for the NFTs you'll be able to mint in the game, and the characters you'll be able to mint in the game, you know, having more flexible and dynamic metadata for that is definitely a play, and that's something definitely we're working on. You know, taking where you're at in terms of kind of street cred, taking where you're at in terms of player progression is also a really important part of that.
Yeah.
Taking where you're at in terms of what you've collected in the game is also a piece of that as well. So we've got to look at this from two different lenses. We've got to look at it from the OG Genesis collection, which, you know, we really kind of feel is a collection that is going to be kind of super rare and super sort of kind of like, you know, you always talk about the Batman or Superman first editions. That's almost got to stay as it is, I feel anyway. I'm open to other comments here, but the layer 2, what will be mintable in the game, and what you'll kind of grind up your characters to mint, that can be dynamic and that can be updated. I don't know. We're open to kind of, you know, hear from the community on this. I don't know what your thoughts, guys.
I mean,
If anybody does
we
want to
talked
comment
about
on
the idea that OGs should always be able to have the ability to create their own wearables, probably even create their own animation clips if they have that ability down the line, but that they would have the shelf space to be able to sell their own wearables. For starters, I think I keep going back to Dennis Denhario, who first asked us, can he get his graffiti to be put on his Hooligan? I think it's a great idea. I mean, the lowest hanging fruit would be like, you guys have a t-shirt and getting your graffiti to be put on your Hooligan. Well, all of the new players are coming in, or all of the free-to-play players are coming in as naked hooligans, right? They have to earn the right to buy clothing, right? And so it makes sense to me, anyway, that they should be able to buy your clothing, stuff that you design, right?
That's alpha we weren't supposed to be giving away yet.
Uh-oh.
But
All right,
that's a benefit for OG holders.
Right.
Leak Brady.
Sir Leak a lot. Sir
Colin
Leakness.
Brady himself. But yeah, I mean, just kind of touching on that, one of the constructs we are working on in the game is, you know, for our OGs to be able to contribute to the marketplace. And we're not going to say too much about this, but we do have a couple of different marketplaces. And one, our OGs will be able to contribute to and be able to kind of sell items, skins they create as well. So looking forward to all of that.
You know, I'm going to jump in and actually leak. I'm going to surprise the team and leak a little bit more alpha.
Go for it.
I like seeing that nervous look in everybody's eyes. All right. So given some extra benefits to the OG holders, you know, we have this crystal bun thing that we're kicking around, and we're working very, very hard to make a version of crystal bun that is accessible through a website to only OG holders. So you guys will have the benefit of being able to talk to her very, very, very soon. And
Yep.
now, at first, there won't be a lot of people. There might be a queue, as they say in England. There might be a line to get
That's
in
a
line.
national sport, I hear.
Yeah, right, mind the gap. And so that's something that's only going to be available to OG holders. So that's just a little alpha to throw your way as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised nobody's asked where's Hooli. Everyone's forgot about Hooli since Crystal Bun came on the scene.
Who?
Hooli. That was good. All right, any questions for? We are coming up to our time limit here, but any questions for Crystal Bun? Colin, you got any questions for Crystal Bun in the
Yeah.
meantime?
I don't know. Let's see. Let's bring her up.
Let's pull up Crystal Bun. New merch shipping. Let's get you a bit of info on that. This must be the tie-dye bundle. Is that have you
Tie-dye
got
bundle.
intel
Yeah, I
on
don't
that?
have the ETA on that. I know it's going out soon. I don't have an actual like going
Down,
out
man.
X date, but we'll come back to you on when that's
everything's
coming out. But
soon.
it is soon.
Okay, cool.
See, hey, Crystal, what is your motto?
Motto.
She's got to think about that one.
I'm confused.
She doesn't have one, maybe.
Blinking a lot.
My motto is, something is worth dying for. It's a reminder to stand up for what I believe in and to never give up.
Oh.
All right.
Wow, so edgy.
Vibe check,
Kinda
Crystal.
I know, right?
Can we ask Radix is in the chat as well? Can we ask Crystal Ball where Radix is?
Hey, yeah, where is Radix these days?
Radis is gone. He was a brave friend and I will never forget him.
Sorry, Radix. Will Crystal Bun have a different voice in the future? I kind of like this voice though, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's very robotic and but kind of soothing in the same way. I mean, I've heard rumors that her voice is going to have a massive improvement soon, but it might be that we actually want to
Who
keep
do you
this
hear
voice.
rumors from yourself?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Crystal, will you have a different voice in the future?
I'm always open to change. I'm always evolving and adapting to the world around me. So who knows what the future will bring?
Okay, interesting. Can Radix be brought back to life?
Is it possible for hooligans, especially Radix, to be brought back to life?
No, it's impossible to bring someone back from the dead. But I will never forget Rads and the courage he showed in the face of danger.
Sorry, Radix.
He will always be remembered.
Oh wow.
Radix, you'll always be
I know
remembered.
there's some people from my hometown who said they could do that for a small fee. I don't know if they're lying to me or not. All right. Anyway, let's see what else we got. Ask Crystal which is the strongest hooligan faction.
Which is the strongest hooligan faction?
It's hard to say which is the strongest hooligan faction. All of the factions have their unique strengths and weaknesses. It really depends on the mission and what type of strategy is needed to be successful.
She's a politician.
Fair answer.
No,
Can we?
it's
It's
always
Crystal
middle
Bun's
of the
being
road
too
for
safe.
everything.
Crystal Bun being too. Ask Crystal Bun what her favorite weapon is, or what its favorite weapon is.
What is your favorite weapon?
Love.
My favorite weapon is a high-powered laser gun. I love the way it looks and feels in my hand. Plus, it packs a punch and can take out a lot of bad guys.
Which shoes do you prefer, Nikes or Adidas?
That's a tough one. I like both, but I think I prefer Nikes. They are comfortable and stylish. Plus, the swoosh is iconic.
Air Force Ones.
All right.
Yeah,
Does
she likes the
Crystal Bun
swoosh.
know who the legendary Kevin Mack is, by any chance?
Do you know who Kevin Mack is?
Bum bum bum.
Yes, I do. Kevin Mack is a super genius programmer and CTO of Interloop. He is also a virtual celebrity on IMI, known as Carl.
Whoa, you are Carl?
Oh
I
my
didn't know
God.
that part.
That's like
Oh.
a Star Wars level twist.
Admin reveal, man.
New
All right. Does
alpha.
Crystal Bun know who Lord Victor is, by any chance?
Who is Lord Victor?
Here's your moment, Lord Victor.
Kevin is Carl.
Lord Victor is the leader of the hooligans.
Oh,
He is a
shit.
mysterious figure who some believe is Skyhopper, the defender-in-chief of the Hooligans.
Yeah.
I know. All right, Crystal Bundy's reprogramming a little bit. All right, okay, cool. You know what? Take a couple of final questions, and then we're going to have to get back to work. We've got a lot of work to do over here. All right, okay. Luke Skyhopper's dad, apparently. All right, Lord Victor equals Skyhopper. There's a lot of twists and turns here. It's like an M. Night Shyamalan movie right now.
Yeah.
I'm still tripping out on being Carl. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Lord Victor
Yo,
and
Carl, I'm Lord
Skyhopper,
Victor.
Carl and Kevin.
All
Who's
right,
that guy at the desk next to me then?
All right, there's no more
You.
questions coming through. So, Archie,
Fight Club.
you got a question
Kevin
for
Tuesday.
Crystal Bunny. We're going to close out with that.
How's your weekend? What is you going to do for this weekend?
What are your plans for this weekend?
Ooh.
Hopefully free.
This weekend, I'm planning on catching up on my studies and spending some quality time with my friends. I might even do a bit of shopping.
All right.
For Nikes.
All right, then. Best hot sauce, final one. Best hot sauce.
What is the best hot sauce there is?
My favorite hot sauce is Cholula. It has a great balance of heat and flavor that can bring any dish to the next level.
That's a very LA answer.
Yeah.
That's a,
More San Diego answer, but let's see. What about Sriracha? See if she knows anything about Sriracha.
And also, a Flying Falcon is asking if Crystal Bun knows who Flying Falcon is.
Ooh, let's see.
Who is Flying Falcon?
Flying Falcon is a mysterious figure who is rumored to be allied with the Hooligans.
Oh, nice.
He is a master of aerobatics and aerial combat. He is a force to be reckoned with.
There you go, Flying Falcon.
You've been
Hope
doxxed.
you're happy. That's what happens when you get 100 hooligans. All right. I think that's it for today. I think that was a great session, actually.
Yeah, that was cool. That was really
A
good.
bit of a lot in there. We discussed the IRL event, a lot of new game footage, kind of seeing into Carl's brain a bit there. Things are looking incredible. Like, you know, I'm really kind of pumped and motivated for what the next few months and years hold for us. And I know you guys are the same. There's always a lot happening here. We're working our asses off to really kind of deliver something fun, something unique, something entertaining, and something that really kind of moves the space forward. So yeah, appreciate you all on this journey with us. Any final words from you all and yourself, Archie?
may the force be with you.
May the force be
There
with
we
you.
go. That's a good
and
out.
that's a wrap, folks. Let's
Thanks,
go.
everybody. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.